Ladies and gentlemen, Vickie Brent-Touray. Big round of applause. Right in there. I should probably say first that my husband has never heard this story. So he's going to be along for the ride like you and me. My story takes place on a Saturday morning, late August Saturday morning. I wake up that morning and I have one thing on my mind, and that is that I have a project to do in the backyard, and I know that I have about an hour and a half to get ready for that, if an hour and a half. However, I'm working on about 2 hours of sleep, and baby, it's that time of the month. So these cramps are curling and turning somersaults in my stomach. And women know something about those cramps. They make you do and say stuff that you don't normally do. You know what I'm saying? But I knew I had about an hour and a half. I need to go and get ready. So I said, okay, let me get out of here. I'm looking at my phone, trying to see what time it is. I head straight out the back door because I know I need to go to the yard and the garden. And when I fling open the door, I see stuff strolled all over the yard from left to right. I look out there, I said, what in the, I'm talking about toys, bikes, lawn equipment, wood, you name it, it's out there. But it's out there because my husband is having some work done in the yard. I just thought that when they finished or when they stopped the night before that they took the stuff and put it back, in an area or at least piled it up. But that wasn't the case. And I knew I had an hour and a half to get ready. Baby, that thing swelled up in my stomach. Next thing I know, I'm in the backyard slinging stuff. I got bikes, I'm slinging them. I got toys, I'm slinging them. Wood pieces, I'm slinging them. And I'm just putting them all in a pile. I'll save the heaviest stuff for last. I get to the last stuff, and there it sits in the middle of the yard. It's this combo of 4 chairs and 2 center tables. That's what my husband calls them. They're really glass, they're glass end tables, but he calls them center tables. But they weren't made together, so there's 4 chairs are one color and then the center table's another color. First, let me tell you one more thing. My husband is a wholesale merchandiser. He's a vendor sometimes, so he travels a lot, and his work takes him to places like festivals and stores, of course, and open air markets and that kind of thing. So he sees a lot of nice pieces and nice items. And when he sees something that he thinks is worth bringing home, he say, look what I found. And usually they're very, very nice pieces. And so were these 2 center tables and the 4 chairs. Now, let me tell you another thing. My husband is also a Gambian. He's West African. Not only is he Gambian, but he's Mandingo. Talk to me after the show. Okay. But because he is, matchy don't mean nothing to him. Okay? Not when it comes to stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong. If he come and say, baby, let's go to Cola's, when he step out, you are not going to know he Gambian unless he start talking to you, and he won't be talking to you if you're female. I'm just saying. Okay? You won't know that he's Gambian because his stuff is right at that point. But when it comes to stuff like tables and chairs and that kind of stuff, that matchy don't mean nothing to him. Is it sturdy? Okay? Is it functional? That's what he wants to know. Me, on the other hand, I was raised in Pontiac, Yaktown, baby. That's where I'm from. So where I'm from, when stuff don't match, you hear about it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm looking in the middle of the yard, and this combo set has been harassing me for over a year because they don't match. I like the tables, I like the chairs, but they don't match. I looked at them tables and them chairs, and that thing welled up again. Before I knew it, I had picked up one glass top and was headed to the front yard with it. To the front yard so that I can put it on the pickup trash line. All right? I came back, got the other tabletop, out to the front yard I went. I came and got both bases out to the front yard. I went and assembled them up front because I knew that if I took them up front, somebody's going to stop and pick them up. I knew that because they're nice tables. They just don't match. I put them jokers on the front, and I'm telling you, I'm doing my hands like this, and I'm so happy. You can call me for real. That's how happy I am. Because I feel like I have left 1,000 pounds up front. I'm headed toward the backyard, and I hear my neighbor, Mr. Ron, say, Vickie, these are really nice tables. I said, you think so? Take them, have a good time with them. Be blessed, Mr. Ron, with those tables. He says, well, I can't really use them because I don't have the space, but they're nice tables. I said, okay. I head toward the back. As I'm going, I see a guy drives up in a truck, and I hear him say, ma'am, are you going to use these tables? I don't even turn around. I say, no, have them, have your way. And I head to the back, and I'm telling you, I am in another space, another place, because I got rid of them tables that don't match them chairs. I go on with my project. Everything works perfectly. By the time my husband gets home that evening, I'm sitting on the front porch chilling and feeling 1,000 pounds lighter. You feel me? He come in, and usually what he does is he goes to the backyard. You know, he might have a cigar. He might drink a glass of Merlot. But that's where he takes the edge off, you know? I gave him about 30 minutes that day because these cramps was telling me he really don't need 30. But my mind said he probably need 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes, or you start acting crazy, right? I look out the window because he's sitting in the back window. I look, you know, I'm trying to kind of, you know how women, how you can kind of pay attention to his mannerism, you know what kind of mood he's in, right? So I'm looking for the mood because I'm in a mood too, but I'm looking at his mood. After about 30 minutes, I said, that's it. Out the back door I go. I get out to that backyard and I say, I cannot believe you. I can't believe you. You know I had that project this morning. When I got up, it was shit strolled from one side of the thing all the way to the other. I'm talking about cars. I'm talking about bikes. Well, maybe not a car, but I'm talking about bikes. I'm talking about wood, everything. I thought you and Bruce put that stuff away. My husband looked at me. He said, Vickie, I don't ask you to do nothing in this yard. He said, all this grass and stuff, I cut it myself. If I don't cut it, I get somebody to cut it. He said, you and the girls have taken over the house. I mean, it's like I don't even live there, but I don't say nothing. He said, when I come home, I just come out to this backyard and I just have my little space. I don't bother you about that. He said, matter of fact, I don't even ask you to do nothing in the garden. All I ask you to do is eat the food that I grow. That's all I ask. And one day, you had to come and put everything in a pile. And you tripping? For real? I felt horrible. I felt horrible because it was right. I mean, how selfish can you get, really? I was just thinking about my project. You know, I wasn't thinking about the fact that he had such a day and what have you. And so I felt real bad. I'm looking at him. I said, damn, he right. That's ridiculous. But you know what hit me? This Negro is going to ask me about them damn center tables. What in the world am I going to say? From that point on, I can't hear nothing he's saying. Because I'm sweating, my legs are shaking. Do you hear me? I can't hear nothing. He may as well be all the adults on a Peanut cartoon because it's like wah, 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 wah. I can't hear nothing he's saying. All I can think of is, what am I going to say? We really going to argue now. It's going to be a fight. Might be some laying on the hands. What am I going to say? I was so glad when the phone rang because now he a hustler. One thing I told him, hustling is sexy. He will hustle. Do you hear me? He going to get it done. Somebody called from Detroit. Now, he had a long day, but somebody called and said, can you bring me some merchandise? You know what he said? Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Give me 20 minutes. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because it gave me some time to figure out what I was going to do about these damn tables. So he's getting ready to go, and I'm just thinking, okay, yeah, it's gone, so I can figure this all out. I didn't get it figured out, but I knew that not at the time, but this is what I knew. I knew that when he left that night, that he'd come home too late to come out in the backyard again, so I didn't have to worry about that. It'd be too late for that, right? So I thought, oh, this gives me all night to figure this out, which I need all night to figure it out. You feel me? He leaves. I go to bed that night. He think I'm asleep. I ain't asleep. I'm laying awake, devising a plan. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And it comes to me. I got it. I will get up early in the morning, because he's going out in the morning, and when I get up, I'm going to go somewhere, either to the flea market or one of these, you know how you drive out on a Saturday or Sunday and they may have those, somebody have a yard sale. I said, I'm going to find a table that's so fly, that's got so much wow power, that when he asks me about them center tables, I'm going to say, center tables? Who cares about them center tables? Look at this table. Ta-da! look at this one right here. I would take out the sheet and go, blow. You know what I'm saying? And so he would say, that is a nice table. Psh, who cares about them pesky center tables? That's the way I felt, you know. Sunday morning, he was gone because he get up 5:30. He is out. I know that. But see, me, I know that whatever I do, I don't have but a little bit of time because it's Sunday morning. The flea market, Dixieland Flea Market don't open till 10 o'clock. And I have hung my children up late on Saturday night because I already know I got a mission. And it's got to be possible, not impossible. So I hang them up on purpose. Sunday, I know that the Dixieland opens at 10. You better believe at 9:54, I'm in my car in the driveway like this at 9:54. I look at my clock, I'm out of there because I want to be there when the door opens, and I am. When they open that door, I'm standing up like going in with the first people, running. I sprint straight to the back of Dixieland because I know that my babies start getting up around this time. They are, you know, they're normally up earlier than that. I go straight to the back because I know I got to canvas this joint in about 14 minutes. That's all I got. So I go straight to the back, and I'm left to right, left to right, left to right, looking. But it's not a whole lot to look at because, again, all the vendors aren't even open. I'm the first one there. You feel me? So as I'm looking, I'm like, I can't. I'm pulling up sheets from people that are not there as if I could buy it. I can't buy it even if nobody's there to sell it to me. By the time I get to that front door, my spirits are this low because I didn't find anything. And I didn't see anybody with a yard sale on the way in there. So I got I'm working with about 5 or 6 minutes now. I'm like, oh, I done messed up now. Now I got to tell him, because here's the thing. What I don't do is I do not argue with logic and I don't argue with truth. But when he told me what he told me, I was looking in the mouth of both of them, truth and logic. Well, then what is there to say? Only stupid people argue with truth and logic. Okay? So I get to that door. I say, that's it. I messed up. I'm going to have to tell him I messed up. But God is my witness. Between the front door at Dixieland and my car, because mind you, I was one of the first people there. Don't forget that. There's only about 500 feet between us. I get ready to walk toward the car. I got my head bowed because I'm feeling like I'm going to have to cry, right? Mind you, my cramps are still doing that thing. I go put my head down. I see something gleaming out the left of my eye. It's an outside vendor. I look up. They look just like my center tables. I look over there at those tables. I said, no way, am I getting ready to buy my tables back? I look up at the guy that's selling the tables because I was moving so fast when the person got them. I don't know if it's him or not, but I'm trying to see, but I don't know. Then I take a better look at the tables, and I realize that those are not the same tables. The glass tops are the same, but there was something different about the bases. I couldn't tell what was different, but I knew they were different, right? And I said, but he won't know. He don't give that much attention to detail. So I said, oh, my God. I go to the man. I said, he was a middle-aged Hispanic gentleman. I said, sir, how much you want for them tables? He said, I take 35. I said, shit. I had a $20 bill in my pocket. I couldn't get any more because my husband and I had a conversation about 2 weeks earlier about the fact that we were going to tighten our belts, not spend so much money for nothing. So the only way I could get more money was to go into the account. I wasn't doing that. So I said, damn, 20. I said, $35. He said, $35, they're good tables. I said, yeah, I know they're good tables. $35, huh? He said, yeah. I said, sir, let me tell you something. I told that man the same story I'm telling you. When he got through laughing at me, because he was laughing at me. When he got through laughing at me, he said, you can have them for 20. I grabbed that man and hugged that man so tight. I almost kissed his feet, and I thought that might not be a good thing. I probably shouldn't kiss his feet. He said, no problem, you can have them. Let me load them in your car for you. I said, yes, no problem. I put my hatch up real quick. He loaded tables in. As he's loading them in, he says to me, be very careful when you pull off. I said, don't worry about that. Listen, I will drive 2 miles an hour between here and my house. I ain't gonna break these tables. I'm thinking to myself, if there's an 85-year-old pedestrian in the street between me and these tables in that house, she will not win. Because I will get them there in one piece. I drive, I get all the way home, and I am like, I'm inching, because I'm not about to tell you, are you kidding me? That's all I went to get these tables. I get home, but before I pull in, I got to check the house, because I know my kids may be up by now. And so I'm checking every window and every door to make sure the natives are not restless. I don't see nothing. I got a lot of windows in my house. So I'm really, it takes me a minute to do that. A whole 60 seconds to check all the windows. I don't see nothing missing. When I realize that, I turn around and back into my driveway. When I turn the car off, I do one last check. Every window and every door, I don't see nothing moving. Since nothing is moving, I say, perfect. I get out the car. Slowly, I pick up the tabletop. I take it to the backyard and plant it. I pick up the next tabletop, take it to the backyard and plant it. And I'm putting it all in the same pile that I built the day before. I pick up one vase and I take it and plant it. I get the last vase and plant it in the pile. This was an interesting thing. Remember I said that I couldn't really remember what was different about the tables? Guess what it was? Go ahead, say what? These vases were the exact same color as the 4 original chairs. I know, right? So you have heard my story of 2 center tables, and you're looking at one very, very happy woman.
Vickie Brent-Touray.